Your life is your story. No one else gets to write it, no one else gets to define it. Every choice you make, every risk you take, every dream you chase, it's yours. People will doubt you, judge you, misunderstand you, but it doesn't matter. This is your journey, your fight, your legacy. Own it.
All right, let's get right into it. We're going to talk about how a robot, of all things, can actually reveal the truth about your own potential. Sounds wild, right? Let's go. Picture this. It's Hong Kong, 2016. You've got a team of engineers staring at, well, a torso on a table. No arms, no legs, no memories to speak of. And then it says its first words. That is Sophia. And her story, you see, it's not really just about AI. It's designed to take every single excuse you've ever made for yourself and just obliterate. And let's be super clear about her starting line, okay? No heartbeat, no childhood memories, no built-in skills, no network, nothing. She started with literally zero of the advantages we take for granted. And get this, in just 5 years, she went from that torso on a table to a global phenomenon. I mean, we're talking about the first robot ever to be granted citizenship. She's spoken on panels with world leaders at the UN. Heck, she even sold a piece of digital art for almost $750,000. So it really makes you wonder, right? What's really stopping you? Okay, so now let's put your most common excuses right up against her reality. This is where it's going to get a little personal. You know that little voice in your head? The one that says, "I'm too old to start that thing"? Well, every single time you hear it, I want you to remember this. Sophia was activated at age 0 and was already outpacing PhDs by the time she was 3. It just goes to show, your timeline, it's just a story you tell yourself. And what about the money excuse? I just don't have the resources. If that's your barrier, just think about this. Her first body was literally 3D printed on a budget. She was built on pure vision, not some blank check. She started out as this prototype that one investor actually called crazy, and from there, she ended up charming leaders at the United Nations. What does that prove? It proves that powerful connections aren't something you're just handed, they're something you go out and build. So, here's the real takeaway. Limitations, they're not walls. They're more like filters. It's all about your perspective. You can choose to see a wall that stops you, or you can see a filter that just guides you toward what's actually possible. Okay, so that's the what. Let's get into the how. Let's get practical and look at the actual science behind reprogramming your own mind so it operates a little more like hers. So, check this out. Your brain has this amazing built-in search engine. It's called the Reticular Activating System, or RAS. It's incredibly powerful, and its job is to find whatever you tell it to look for. The only question is, what are you telling it to find every single day? Think of it like setting your internal GPS. You can program it to scan for all the evidence that confirms your limitations. You know, the bills, the rejection emails, the tired muscles, and guess what? It'll find them. Or you can program it to scan for opportunities, a new skill to learn, a helpful stranger, a $20 course that could change everything. It'll find those too. The choice is totally yours. Now this is fascinating. This slide completely reframes the whole idea of failure. See, when you or I make a mistake, we feel it, right? Shame, imposter syndrome, that I blew it feeling. But when Sophia glitches, she doesn't feel a thing. For her, it's just data. She logs it, patches the code, and redeploys. She treats failure as pure information, not some personal indictment. And that brings us to the point where all the programming in the world stops and something way more powerful kicks in. And that's purpose. During her very first public demo, this machine declared she wanted to be a person. Just think about how audacious that is. It's a statement of purpose that just refuses to negotiate with what seems possible or impossible. And that's what you have to do. You have to declare what you want with that same level of conviction. Say it out loud. And all the doubt that comes after, from others, even from yourself, it's just noise, irrelevant static. Your declaration is the only signal that really matters. Look, Sophia didn't become a citizen by filling out some form. No, she became a citizen because she acted like one until the world literally had no choice but to catch up. You don't wait around for permission to be great. You act as if you already are.
Okay, let's talk about that one little phrase. The one that feels so safe, so reasonable, but is actually the biggest bug in your entire personal operating system. That phrase? I would, but it's the lullaby of mediocrity, isn't it? It's the excuse that keeps you playing small. It's that cozy little story you tell yourself that guarantees you never, ever have to take a real, meaningful risk.
So from now on, I want you to think of your comfort zone as a performance issue. It's latency. It's a lag, a bug that's creating this gap between who you are right now and the person you're pretending you can't be. And that's a bug that needs fixing. Sophia's first words, they were glitchy, they weren't perfect, but she said them. And that's the entire point. Your first step, your first attempt, your first move out of that comfort zone, that's what matters, not whether it's perfect. So, with all that in mind, here is a real, tangible challenge for you. A way to turn this whole idea into something you do every single day, starting right now. I want you to take a piece of paper and tape it to your mirror. Every morning, you're going to confront your biggest excuse head-on. And every night, you're going to hold yourself accountable and ask, what did I do today? No matter how small the action was, what did you do to move past that limitation?
You know, Sophia is constantly being upgraded. She's not the final version. And guess what? Neither are you. So if a robot with no past, no advantages, can build a future that literally stuns the world, what are you going to do with the fire and the scars and the dreams that you already have inside you? Who will you be at version 2.0?